I gave AI a Bluebeam markup and asked it to rebuild a Revit model. This included demolishing some existing fixtures and placing the new ones. This video is about demonstrating the capability boundaries. At the moment, there's a lot of interest in what AI can actually do. I tested that idea properly using the Nonica Pro AI connector. This add-in has a built-in Revit MCP connection. MCP simply means Model Context Protocol. And what actually happened says a lot about how we should be using AI. Before looking at what went wrong, it's important to be clear about what I asked the AI to do. I started by selecting the existing fixture systems and setting their phase demolished parameter back to none. Then I switched to a proposed view just to confirm that the blue elements were still existing and visible in the model. Once that was confirmed, I switched back to the demolition plan. I selected the fixtures that needed to be removed and issued a prompt to the AI to demolish them. The AI correctly assigned the selected elements to the demolition phase. There was no guessing here, no interpretation of drawings, no assumptions about intent. I selected the elements, in this case 51 fixtures, and the AI simply acted on that selection. It identified the category as furniture systems, confirmed the active phase context, and then queried the model directly to find the internal ID for the new construction phase. From there, it updated a single parameter, the phase demolished value. That's it. This is a clean rule-based operation. The AI isn't trying to understand design. It's executing a very explicit instruction against real model data. The result was immediate and correct. At this point, the demolition is done, and I'm switching into the new construction phase. Now the task changes completely. Instead of modifying existing elements, I'm asking the AI to introduce new geometry into the model. This is where things get more interesting and more fragile. The prompt you're seeing here is very explicit. I'm not asking the AI to interpret the layout. I'm telling it exactly what to do. Place new gondola runs in the new construction phase. Use a specific modular family. Follow exact lengths for vertical and horizontal runs, and match the attached floor plan. At this stage, the AI isn't acting on the model yet. It's passing instructions, identifying constraints, and preparing an execution plan. Next, I attach the PDF. This is critical. The PDF isn't just a reference image, it's the only source of spatial intent for the new layout. Without this, the AI has no grounding for where these elements should go. I'm opening the same PDF in Bluebeam so you can see exactly what the AI is being given. It only shows the proposed fixture layout. The markup defines what needs to be added, which fixtures are required, how many runs there are, their overall lengths, and the spacing between them. What's important to understand here is that the AI does not inherently know what a correct retail layout looks like. It doesn't understand merchandising logic. It doesn't understand circulation. All it can do is act on the information and constraints I give it. And this is where most of the early issues came from. Not because the AI failed, but because the problem wasn't fully defined yet. At this stage, I haven't given it a clear datum, reference planes, or an explicit coordinate system tied to the model, so the AI is forced to make assumptions. In the next step, you'll see exactly how those assumptions play out. Now I'll show you the result, and at first glance, it looks wrong. The vertical and horizontal runs are reversed from what I asked for. This isn't a modeling error, and it's not random behavior, it's a coordinate issue. This model has true north rotated by approximately 90 degrees. When I described vertical and horizontal runs in the prompt, I was thinking in terms of the drawing orientation, what we see on screen. But the AI isn't thinking visually, it's reading the model's coordinate system. In this case, it correctly followed the instruction relative to true north, not relative to the view orientation. So the result is technically correct, just not what I intended. To fix this, I don't need to remodel anything. I just need to give the AI the missing context. In the follow-up prompt, I do two things. First, I explicitly call out that true north is rotated by 90 degrees. Second, I redefine vertical and horizontal relative to the project north axis, not the sheet or view orientation. I'm not changing the request, I'm clarifying the reference frame. With that clarification added, I run the AI again. This time the result is better, but it's still not correct. What's changed is how the AI is handling orientation. Instead of trying to infer direction from the view, the AI is now placing a run along a primary axis and then applying a 90-degree rotation where required. That's why I now have the correct pattern, 4 vertical runs and 2 horizontal runs. So from a logical layout perspective, this part worked. But the locations are still off, significantly. And this is the key distinction. Orientation and quantity are not the same as placement. The markup describes spacing between runs and overall extents, but it doesn't define a fixed origin point inside the Revit model. This is where the workflow actually clicks. Instead of treating the PDF markup as something the AI needs to interpret, I link it directly into the Revit model. At a high resolution, the linked PDF allows snapping. That means the markup can now be aligned precisely to real Revit elements, walls, grids, and axes. This immediately removes ambiguity. The PDF is no longer a reference image, it becomes a positioning aid. Next, I add reference planes in Revit. These are placed deliberately to key internal walls, to define the centerline axes of the gondola runs, and most importantly, they're named logically. Now, when I prompt the AI, I don't describe space abstractly. I reference specific planes by name. I'm telling it exactly what to align to and exactly which axis to use. With that context in place, I run the AI again. And this time, the result is almost perfect. The vertical runs are correctly aligned, spacing matches the markup, orientation is correct, placement is where it should be. The only thing that's slightly off is the ends. At this point, the AI isn't guessing. It's executing instructions against real model geometry anchored to named references. The difference isn't smarter AI, it's a better defined problem. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give the video a like and consider subscribing. This really helps me produce more content, and I'll see you in the next video.